Okay, Stuart, we're back to Premier League action this weekend, and Carlos Tevez has returned to City. What's your latest on the Tevez saga?
Yes, he showed up. There was a rumour going around that he hadn't showed, but I think that was because the first team reported for training at 11 o'clock this morning, and he was told to report later for a fitness assessment, which he duly did. He was put on the field that was nearest, strangely enough, to the TV and press cameramen, who were all poking our lenses through the fence to get shots of him, and he trained alone with one of the fitness coaches. Not much of a workout. He just jogs and a few sprints and that kind of thing, lasting for about 20 minutes, and then back inside, presumably for some more work and some more tests. And then he was quite happily signing autographs for fans on his way out. So that's where we're at with him at the moment.
And how do you see the situation developing over the next few days and then going further into the future?
Well, the next stage is going to be the disciplinary hearing. He will have to go before a senior member of City staff who wasn't involved in the investigation into what happened in Munich, to answer the charge that he breached his contract. And depending on the outcome of that, he would be told in that meeting what City's planned punishment is for him. He can either accept that or he can reject it and argue his case and appeal to the club board. And then if he's not happy with that, he can appeal again to the Premier League. But a lot depends on what the punishment is. I mean, the way we're hearing it, and talking to we haven't heard anything in City because City are staying quietly, but talking to experts in these kind of fields, they think that the punishment is likely to be 6 weeks wages fine, which is the maximum that they're allowed under agreement with the Professional Footballers Association. There's also a possibility they may seek to suspend him for a further 4 weeks. That's not cut and dry, but that's a possibility. But the ultimate sanction is to sack him. And judging by the noises coming out of Carlos's camp, they seem defiant about all this, and there's a call for Mancini to apologise to Tevez, which is, almost designed to rile people. He's certainly not pouring oil on troubled waters. You almost get the feeling that Tevez wants a confrontation over this one and wants to cause as much aggro as possible. So the sanction of a sacking becomes a possibility, even though economically and in all kinds of ways you wouldn't think it would suit either party for that to happen.
Right. Okay, I'm sure Roberto Mancini will be desperate to get back to football, really. City obviously take on Villa at the weekend. What are your thoughts on the game?
Yeah, I mean, people have been overlooking this game because obviously there's Villarreal next week and then there's the Manchester derby the following Sunday. But overlooking it is a dangerous thing to do. I mean, I was just looking at the stats, and Villa are one of only 4 undefeated teams in the Premier League this season. The others being United, City and Newcastle. So they're obviously a team that doesn't roll over. They're not going to be easy to beat. I think last time they came here, City beat them 4-0, and Mario Balotelli scored a hat-trick. So a little bit more of that would suit City down to the ground. And of course Mario, we believe, is fit. He pulled out of the Italy squad for the Euro games last week, complaining of a bad back and was sent home. But we're hearing that he should be okay for the game, which is just as well, because with Tevez suspended, and Sergio Aguero still a doubt, he's going to be needed. City are down to three out-and-out strikers these days, and Jacko played 2 games last week, so you don't want to put too much on his shoulders. But it's also there's a few players who will be coming back with a point to prove. Stevie Ireland, Shea Given, Richard Dunn, all possibly in the Villa team. So it'll be a little bit of a reunion, and it won't be an easy game.
Sure, and just finally, one player who is in fantastic form at the moment, David Silva. Never seem to hear a peep out of Silva, but he produces the goods on the pitch.
Yeah, unbelievable. I mean, I feel privileged getting to watch this lad play. In fact, I put on I'm not a great fan of international football, but I watched the Spain-Scotland game the other night, just because I heard that he was going to be playing in it, because I just was watching the lad play. He's truly world class, and I think City fans really appreciate the fact that they've got a player. I mean, they've got loads of very, very good players, but for me, he's a class above. So he's right up there in that bracket with Messi, Ronaldo, Xavi, Iniesta, those kind of players who are fantasy players, really. And I must admit that when I'm going to a City game, I relish the fact that he's going to be out there on that pitch, and if he's not there through injury or because he's being rested,